Hey everyone, and welcome back for a brand new video. First, I'd like to apologize for another absence that I've had. As you know, I moved about 4 months ago, early October, and finally have gotten things started to get straightened out and all set up. But I picked this figure up quite a while ago. It's the Mezco 112 Superman, the classic Superman. Really wanted to grab this one. Forgot I had a pre-order on it, and it came in not long ago. I just got it after Christmas, and I figured for my first video back, I'm just going to do a quick review on it. So we're going to start off with the box. As you can see, it has the Superman logo. It says 112 Collective Superman, the DC logo. I'm going to spin her around. On the back, you can see it's got multiple shots of the different poses you can put this in. And a shot of the figure. Now, I've already got this one out and opened. I took a quick look at them, but I do want to share the... The inside has a photo that I believe was done by Jim Lee. It's got to be Jim Lee. Definitely looks like his work. Really nice piece of artwork. And has the opening. I always like it when they add a little extra art from a well-known comic artist, especially one of my favorites like Jim Lee. It really adds to the presentation of the figure, and it kind of makes you want to keep the box and gives you some displaying options with the box. But anyways, that is the outer box for the figure. Now, I'm going to show you what it looks like out of the box. Alright guys, so I've got it out of the packaging. And here you can see all of the accessories it comes with, including the flight stand and base. I haven't really taken the time yet to see exactly how all this goes together, but I'm going to show you the basics of the figure. It's a really good looking figure. It's way better than any of the Multiverse, obviously. And at $100 it's more affordable than a Hot Toys, so it's kind of the in-between. So if you're struggling to collect Hot Toys, like I am some days, the Mezco 112 Collective, they're not so bad. I'll give you a complete 360 of them. This cape's caught up a little bit there, but it's got a nice cape with the S shield on the back. So he does bend, move, a lot of very good articulation. You can get a lot of really great shots. The base is a nice S shield with a nice blue gloss paint on it. The only issue I have is the peg that holds the figure in place through the boot. It took me a long while to get him to stand on that, so I'm going to have to work on that if I decide to keep him posed standing on the base. Might try a flight stand, see how that goes. Obviously we have the chains for that iconic cover pose where he's breaking the chains apart with the kryptonite. We have all the little bullet effects, the ricochets, that I'm gonna see if I can just fit on there. They're actually magnetic, so I'm not sure if the S shield is magnetic or there's... Oh! The S shield is actually magnetic. So you can put, oh man, that's pretty cool. You can put a couple ricochets on. Obviously, I'm going to have to bend back a couple of those into place, but that's a really nice feature. And the only issue I can see so far with this figure is that I don't know if it'll focus here, but the S shield is kind of sticking off of the figure, off the cloth of the front of the costume. I'd be a little bit afraid that that might peel off after or over time, but that's a really cool effect with the magnets, so really looking forward to getting that posed. Hopefully I'll be able to use a couple effects like the chains and the magnetized bullet ricochets. But take those off for now. I'll have to fix that one, like I said. The plastic's all bent on it, but he comes with a couple extra hands, flight hands, and the alternate face sculpt, head sculpt, with the heat vision. Now, I've recently put my order in on probably one of the 2 most expensive pieces I've ever gone after. I've put a pre-order in on Prime 1 Superman from the Justice League movie. It's going to be really amazing, really crazy. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but unfortunately I didn't luck out and get the exclusive, so I missed the heat vision head sculpt on that one, but I'd still like to have a couple of my Superman figures with the heat vision head sculpt. And the last thing it comes with, which is actually kind of cool, is a little tiny bottle of Candor. Now, I think DC Collectibles put one out a while back, and I think it's going for about 1,000 to 1,200 Canadian on eBay right now. I'd love to have that in my collection. That's one of the 2 or 3 older collectibles that I'd really love to find someday. But it's just kind of cool that they'd add that in with it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to try posing this guy, and we'll see what I come up with. All right, and I'm back. So I finally got him posed the way I like. Didn't end up using the chains. I just found that the chains wouldn't have added anything really to the pose I had in my mind. And there are the leftover accessories. It's a hard decision not to use the Kryptonite, but honestly, I think he looks more badass without it. Now, when I display this, I'm probably going to display it with the little bottle city of Candor. Probably just put it right on the base, something like that, so it's not covering the shield, but still looks good with them. I'll obviously be putting all the accessories back in the packaging. As for the flight stand, I've had quite a few Superman figures, as many of you probably know, and this flight base, this flight stand, the grappling piece, all of it is probably the best of any of the figures, Superman figures at least, I've gotten. So for that, Mezco gets a 10 out of friggin' 10. I couldn't believe it. Put her on, and it's staying right where it was. And it's actually quite a ways off, too. It's straight up, and it's strong. The joints on the flight base is strong. And yeah, it's gripping it pretty well here. But now I just got to find a spot to put it. But anyways, I kind of took some inspiration off of the Man of Steel poster I have right behind me. And just decided, why not try to mimic that, but with a more Jim Lee Superman figure feel. It's got really good articulation, but straight out of the box, the joints were a little bit stiff, so I had to work them a little bit just to get them to kind of loosen up. The only other thing, I find Hot Toys are probably second best to this, but putting the extra hands on was way easier than on a Hot Toys figure or any of the DC collectibles or anything. So all around, Mezco has done an awesome job. Loving the head sculpt, the posability. At first, the only issue I had was the fabric they used was a little bit crummy, but honestly, far back, I say this a lot with some of my reviews, but if you're looking at it from farther back, it doesn't look as bad. And the only other issue I had, obviously the shield, but you know what, I can overlook that. The only issue I'd have is if I accidentally caught it and accidentally peeled it off or broke this figure in any way. And the trunks, I'm not a super huge fan of the trunks. I like them because of the history of the character, but I like the newer designs from the comics. I'm glad they're bringing the trunks back for Action Comics issue number 1000, which I'm hoping to get a couple at least variants of. But yeah, overall, guys, this is an amazing figure. I'm thinking about picking up the Batman v Superman Mezco figure now because of this. I wouldn't have known about these if it wasn't for Cincy Nerd and his reviews, but he's 100% right. Check out his reviews and his channel. He's got a massive Mezco collection. He's actually got a massive collection that I hope to one day rival, but until then, if you can find this guy, he's a good price. I think I paid $120 at my comic shop, but they're usually about $99 Canadian. And I think they're $80 American. But yeah, go out and get this guy before he's off the shelves. Just a lot of really cool posing options. And this is the first one I'll start with. I'll probably change it up a little bit later. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and hopefully you picked this figure up. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like rating, subscribe to my channel for more. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm always posting great stuff on that. Links to that down below. And I will see you all on my next video.